We knew it was inevitable. Judge Tammi would eventually come across a sovereign citizen. And she actually probably has. It sounds like she's come across this guy before, but this is the first clip that I've found of him. So let's rock on this one, and I'll tell you a little bit more as we go along.
If you're coming into the courtroom for the virtual courtroom for a 1 o'clock calendar, we're going to take a break until 1 o'clock once we resolve these other cases that we have. If your phone designation is just iPhone or your phone number or some name
that's him to the right. Now watch how I'm trying to figure out what's on his necklace. He's all about his looks.
iPhone, Judge, I'm not sure if he's here for now or 1 o'clock.
For the person who has the Scully on, what are you here for the 1 o'clock calendar?
Because it's only 12:18.
Gentleman with the beard, mustache. Oh, he's connected to audio. I don't think he can hear me yet.
Okay. Who's the 404
Are you
now?
talking about me?
Yes. Are you here for the 1 o'clock calendar?
I believe I'm here for the 1 o'clock calendar. I'm actually not sure. It said between 12 and 2.
12 and 2. What's your name?
Roosevelt Bailey.
Mr. Bailey, yep, you are for the 1 o'clock calendar, Mr. Bailey. If you just hold on until 1 o'clock, we will get to you, okay?
Okay, can I stay on the line or do I need to hang up and come back?
No, you can stay on the line. If
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Bailey, you can stay on the line, but here's another thing. You have a distracted driving charge. If you have a hands-free device and you want to go get the device so you can show me or take a picture of it, then that way when we discuss your case, it's a possibility that if you're charged with distracted driving, that charge might get dismissed, okay? So if you want to take a picture of your hands-free device and just come back in when you're finished, that's fine. All right, and the gentleman in the plaid shirt, black hat, mustache that says iPhone. Okay, can you rename your phone for me, something close to your real name?
Emmanuel Resto. How do I rename it? This is my first time ever doing this.
No problem, Mr. Resto. I'm gonna tell you. If you click on those 3 dots next to your face, you see them? The 3 blue dots?
3 blue dots.
There should be 3 blue dots, but if that's not the case, go down to where it says participants.
Okay.
All right, and when you see your name next to on the list of participants, okay, and where it says, you should see something that says more. You see mute, and then you see more.
No, I don't see
any dots. Okay.
Any? Yeah, I mean, okay, we'll say mute.
Yeah, right next to that.
Rename.
That's what. Okay, so I just need you to click on rename and put your name in there. Okay.
Okay.
What calendar is he on? You say Resto is his last name?
Yes.
Yeah, Resto, Resto.
Mr. Resto,
he's on the 3 o'clock calendar.
He's on the what?
The 3 o'clock calendar. He's represented by our office. This is Miss Statlander's case.
Miss Cook, how you getting your people here extra early?
Yeah. I'm not sure. I just send out the link and I don't change the time in the link. But I do tell them what calendar they're on.
Okay, so Mr. Resto, Emmanuel Resto. All right, so Mr. Resto, you're charged with driving on a suspended or revoked license. You're represented by Lister and Holt. You're not here until the 3 o'clock calendar, but Miss Cook, do you have an announcement already for Mr. Resto, or do you need to talk to him?
This is Miss Statlander's case. I'm not sure if they spoke or not, but I could speak with him in a breakout room.
Okay, so Mr. Resto, you're here early, but if we can go ahead and get this taken care of without you having to come back, that's fine. Let Miss Cook see if Miss Statlander has already spoken to you, or if you need to speak with her when she comes out of her breakout room. Okay.
And all right. Miss Statlander did advise that Jermaine Travick, he is in the courtroom. The other gentleman you asked about.
Okay. All right. All right, Miss Cook, I'm going to put you and Mr. Resto in room 1.
Okay.
All right, so while everybody's talking, ladies and gentlemen, if you're here for another calendar, if you're not on the 11 o'clock calendar, which we are finishing. It's taking a little time. But if you're here for
So
another calendar,
they were in
just
the
hold on
room for
me, and we will get to
approximately
you as soon as we
7
possibly
minutes.
can, okay?
So when I fast forwarded, yeah, about 7 minutes.
All right, Ms. Statlander.
Yes, Your Honor. Miss Davenport will be a guilty plea to both counts today.
All right.
Mr. Patterson, I informed him of the state's offer to reset his case for defensive driving. He wishes to do that.
What's the reset date?
I hadn't informed him of a specific date because I was not sure.
Okay, we'll put him on the 11th.
Okay.
Because he needs to do that sooner rather than later. All right, and who else?
Mr. Harper, I'm currently chatting. He has proof of insurance with him. I'm chatting with Nigel to try to figure out a way for him to send that proof.
Okay. He can't take a picture of it?
He says he wasn't sure how to email it, but if he can take a picture and send a picture, I'm not sure if that would satisfy it.
Yes, I just need a picture so I can have investigator to confirm.
Okay. Mr. Harper, are you able to take a picture of it?
I can take a picture with it, but then what I'm gonna do with it?
Come a second.
Are you able to take a picture of it, Mr. Harper?
If I take it with my phone, what am I gonna do with it? You said take it with my phone?
Okay. Yes, please. And
Miss Hunter? Is it to Miss Hunter or Miss Muhammad?
it's Ms. Hunter.
My
please.
case, Your Honor.
Or would it be best to send it to Investigator Tuck directly?
Investigator Tuck.
All right, so Investigator Tuck, good morning. If you could just chat your email to the pod.
Okay.
And then once you do that, he'll be able to email it directly to you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right. And let's see. I think I signed what you needed me to sign, Miss Val. But if I did not, please let me know. I'm trying to catch up.
No, I appreciate you.
Your Honor,
Yes.
Captain Martin, I was going to take a picture of it and I'll email it with my phone to Mr. Tuck. That way it'd be easier because he's having some difficulties if the court would allow that.
The court would definitely allow that. Thank you for your assistance. Good to see you.
Good to see you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Judge, I'm gonna send you one more order on Elijah to sign to your email.
Did I send it?
You signed one, the one to transfer. I need the one
Okay.
to revoke. I'm gonna send it to your email.
Okay, because I was going to say, is it on the same?
Yes, it is on that same one. Can you
I
pull?
just see one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just see the order to transfer.
Send it to you.
Okay, thank you. All right. Okay, so Mr. Harper is sending that. Is it the rest of it going to be a plea, or is that going to take care of the entire case? Ms. Statlander?
I'm sorry, Your Honor, that it's not going to take care of the entire case. He indicated that he would like to plead not guilty.
All right. So we'll go ahead and do that. Mr. Harper has a not guilty plea, and Mr. Travick, come on up to the podium for me. Mr. Travick.
So they've probably been in the room more than 10 minutes at this point.
Mr. Travick, good morning. Thank you, sir. So, sir, you're before the court on no insurance and expired or no plate or decal. So here's the thing. You can represent yourself or you can have an attorney represent you. Some of the offenses are what we call statutory offenses, which means that this penalty is set in the statute. Now, for no insurance, that's the kind of offense that could lead to a 120-day suspension of your license, unless you're what we call NOLO eligible. If you're eligible to use your NOLO plea, that will avoid the suspension, but the fine.
So for those of you that are new to how this courtroom Zoom thing works, they send the attorneys to a private room with the defendant so that they can have a private discussion. That's where our little sovereign buddy has been with the one attorney, and we're going to see him come back in here shortly.
Fine will still be there, and I think that's the $200 fine. Am I correct, Ms. Muhammad?
Your Honor, this is Mr. Travick's third no insurance.
Oh, no.
Going to be $500.
And the suspension, he's not NOLO eligible, correct?
But it won't avoid the suspension, unfortunately.
All right, so Mr. Travick, here's the problem. This is your third, and so no matter what you plead, it's not going to avoid the suspension. You're going to have a 120-day suspension of your license. You can, if you wish to have an attorney represent you, you can. If you wish to go forward on your own, you can. But your options are to enter a plea of not guilty and have a trial, or to enter a plea of guilty, or to enter a plea of no contest, although the no contest plea is not going to help you with this suspension. Now, Mr. Travick, let's just talk about the consequences of not having insurance. So I've had people come before this court who owe $70,000 and $80,000. I had a woman who had a vehicular homicide, and she fell asleep at the wheel and she killed someone. And the poor lady, her family couldn't even bury her because there was no insurance to pay for it. So, sir, driving around with no insurance is just not a good idea.
I mean, can I say something?
I don't know if that's a good idea either, but go ahead.
I mean, on that particular vehicle, I had just bought the car the day before. And
when I've purchased vehicles, sir, I stand there right as I'm signing the bill of sale, and I call my insurance company and I get insurance right then and there. So that's not a good excuse, sir, because I've done it more than once. Whenever I've bought a car or any kind of vehicle, I stand right there before I move the vehicle and I call my insurance company and I get insurance. Even if I get a rate that I can't stand and I know I'm going to change it later, at least to drive away, I have insurance. So that's not acceptable, sir. Because you know how many accidents happen when you ain't planning them? All of them.
Take my shit to the higher court.
Yeah, that's what I'm finna do.
Because she ain't answering my question.
Well, what question do you have? Because I'm not clear on who's talking. Who wants me to answer a question that I haven't answered?
This phone is not on mute.
Well, I was trying to ask my attorney.
She's not talking to you though. She's in the middle of another case. So if you could just mute your phone and wait your turn.
Oh, okay. Well, no,
Mr.
I got some
Resto,
questions for you that you didn't answer.
Mr. Resto, you've been before me before now. You know how this goes. Calm down.
Yeah, I'm asking my attorney questions, legal questions, and she's not answering them, man.
Okay, first of all, don't yell at me. Second of all, I can easily put you back in a breakout room, but I'm gonna need you to act like you got some sense. We clear?
I got sense, but man, what I'm not gonna tolerate is when I ask my attorney questions,
Mr. Resto,
she's not answering.
Mr.
Because
Resto.
I'm answering constitutional right questions. And if she's not gonna answer those questions, then I'm gonna just represent myself.
Mr. Resto, we've been through this before. Remember this happened the last time.
And I know that, ma'am. And I know that. And I'm not trying to disrespect your court at all, ma'am. But This is a new world we in right now. That oppression that y'all used to do on us. No, the
Okay,
Constitution
first of all, what y'all? What you ain't gonna do is tell me. What you ain't gonna do is tell me who I am and what I do.
I know exactly who Clayton County is, and I know what they did to my life, and I know how they impressed my life.
That's on you. That's not on me. I don't know nothing about that.
That wasn't my fault.
So I don't know anything about that. When you come to my court,
my attorney a constitutional question and she refused.
Well, Mr. Resto, if you say you need to talk to your attorney, that's fine. I can make that happen. But I'm not making anything happen with you acting up.
She's not answering any of my constitutional right questions.
Well,
pertaining to my case on the right to travel, I asked her right to travel laws, and she's lying.
First of all, she's understanding the law the way we appreciate the law. She went to law school. Now, whatever school you went to or wherever
I ain't went to law school don't mean I can't.
Mr. Resto, whatever information you got, see, we discussed this the last time. All that stuff that's on the internet that folks start looking up. Oh, wait, first of all, I used to be a public defender. So don't down public defenders. Number one, because
they down their own representation.
Listen to me.
Made a bad representation for themselves.
They practice every single day in court. So they know more than most attorneys who get a case. A lot of these attorneys don't come to court. They are in court every single day. Number one. Number two, they are trained in the law because they went to law school. Now, I don't know where you got your information, but maybe you're just not answering the right question. Give her the opportunity to understand what it is you're asking. But all of that stuff you getting off the internet about right to travel and all that sovereign
that's the
stuff,
Constitution, man.
She's not going to answer that.
That's not the internet. That's the Constitution. You can look up the Constitution. I can go to your law library right there and grab that Black's Law book.
Oh, he said library.
And I asked you, what are you identifying me as? What am I being identified as? Am I being identified as black? Because I'm light-skinned, so I want to know why am I being identified as black? Because I am not black. I am a nation.
Okay, Mr. Resto, there you go on that stuff
No, it's
again.
under the color of law. You know the color of law.
Mr. Resto,
you know the Black's Law Dictionary, right?
Mr. Resto, none of what you're saying
am I being
is
identified as a black human?
Nobody's identifying you as anything. I don't know what you are. It doesn't matter.
Okay, well, what's my
What's this got to do with you being charged with driving on a suspended or revoked license?
Okay, my claim is that I was not operating in commerce. John versus
Jesus.
I forgot the case.
So, Mr. Resto,
I was simply traveling.
Mr. Resto, that whole traveling versus commerce thing, that doesn't mean jack doodly under the law.
To the Constitution, it does. Maybe not the Georgia Constitution. But to the United States, the Constitution.
Go find the Constitution.
Mr.
Resto, go find this part in the Constitution. Well, I'm gonna give you time to go find it. Okay.
No. Listen, I already found it.
You go find it.
Listen, ignorance of the law is not an excuse. Ignorance of the law is not an excuse.
You go find what you're talking about. I'm gonna reset your case. Okay.
Reset my case.
Yes, sir. Because we're not getting anywhere today.
Oh, because y'all don't want to uphold the Constitution.
Mr. Resto, you don't even know what part of the Constitution you're referring to.
The right to travel.
Where, Mr. Resto?
It's under the 5th or either the 4th. It's from the 5th to the 4th.
Go find it for me.
Why do I have to find it? You find it.
No, that's not my job.
Ignorance of law. I know the law. So ignorance of law is not.
Obviously, you don't, because you just quoted 2 constitutional amendments that don't mean nothing.
I'm talking about the right to travel, horse-drawn carriage or automobile without interference by police, without a permit.
Go find it, Mr. Resto.
I already found it. You got to find it now.
No, you've presented to the court. I'm going to reset you.
Under right to travel, constitutional right to travel.
I'm going to reset you to February 25th. And you find that information, sir. And then when you come back on February 25th.
I got to find that information. I already found it.
All right, well.
Can we clarify if he still wants Lister Holden Dennis to represent him, or if he's
not? Yeah, because you have basically insulted Miss Cook. I don't know if I want to represent you anymore.
I didn't insult her in no way, because it's her job. Listen, let me tell you something. Attorneys submit us under your jurisdiction. They take an oath to the bar to do that. So let's not. I litigated multi-district litigation. I battled pharmaceutical giants pro se. I sued Fulton County.
So, Mr.
Y'all small potatoes.
They don't take
I will bound this case over to the federal district and the U.S. Supreme. And
First of all, Mr. Resto, they don't take an oath to listen to your foolishness. Number one. Number two, they take an oath to uphold the law as it is taught to them in law school, and then they take the bar, pass the bar exam, and then they take an oath. So, Mr. Resto, whatever you understand is not the same thing we understand. And so I've told you this before, we're not putting up with your foolishness, okay? So
Look at this poor guy up in the right-hand corner going, dude, you are interrupting my thing. I got places to be.
you'll be reset to February 25th. Thank you so much, Mr. Resto. And then at that time, you can bring in whatever part of the Constitution you want the court to consider. Okay? Thank you.
Bye-bye. He's still going. Oh, that's hilarious.
All right.
She said, okay, we're done. All right. Well, thanks for watching, everyone. You guys have a blessed day, and I will talk to you very soon. Be good.